Only on Christ 17 TV, back upside your head with another one. I was just knocking this old school 1990 MC Pooh, Life of a Criminal. And I said, man, let me talk about this. You remember this?
Fuckers, man. Fuck that shit.
Hey, let's do this, man. Fuck what you talking about. Let's do this.
All right,
hey, man, what am I doing? I'm
just do it.
Drop the top.
Hit the block, be slamming. Man, fuck the cops, stang. Sitting on gold brick, pull to the side and get with a fresh bitch. Boy, that shit right there will get your ass beat at 12 years old if you playing that in front of your parents. Dead ass. So, I came to California, see my grandma every summer. So this kid across from my grandma's house, he just had moved in with his mom, a white kid from Oakland, San Leandro, somewhere there. So he thought he was a little cool, tough little dude. And he was saying, have you ever heard of MC Pooh? So I guess the shit had just dropped. So we go downtown and they got the tape at the music store on 10th Street. So the guy actually sells me the tape without no parent, no nothing. Take the tape home, start playing it, automatically had to put the shit in my headphones. Because if my grandma would have heard that, she would have took that tape and tore it up. So fucking with Dank is something crazy. Click, hung up on the freak. Peggy, this hoe from last week. That kind of shit, I had to keep like this. I couldn't play that on no radio or my tape was getting took. So there's certain music growing up that you was like, damn, that shit. At 12, you like, I can't believe a motherfucker saying this shit on wax. I mean, I'm used to D Nice, Run DMC, shit like that. I mean, I got my Short now, but Short was the one who was like the main one. So then when I heard him and I heard he was fucking with Short, it all made sense. Life of a Criminal. 8 songs, 4 on one side, 4 on the next. So we got Out to the Bitches, Fucking with Dank, Explicit Lyrics, Oakland. Side B, Life of a Criminal, Don't Fuck With Me, The Hit, and Lex. So the kid Lil Pimp, we fucking hanging out because I live right, well, he lives across from my grandma. So this motherfucker, like 2 days before I left, he tried to get me from my tape because he knew I was flying back. So he's like, hey, can I hold the tape overnight so I could record it on this blank one? I'm like, yeah. So this motherfucker tries to leave all day on my final day there, right? Luckily, he didn't take my tape with him wherever he went to go chill at. So now I got a knock on his mama door saying he got my tape. So she brings me the tape. Thank goodness I get my tape. But I'ma say this, that tape right there is a classic. I mean, only 8 songs, but the Fucking with Dank, Life of a Criminal, Lex, Out to the Bitches. This is one classic fucking album. And if he never got into no shit with Too Short, No Beef, his career would have took off too. But people just can't get a fucking along. Then he robs a Walgreens and does, what was it, 7 or 9 years. Some long bit. Gets out, drops some more shit, but it's never the same without Ant Banks, without Too Short, the Dangerous Crew. I mean, they came out with a song, Get In Where You Fit In, and was on his ass. So that shit, to me, was trash because it was like, man, you ruined your whole shit. You had it going on, man, I'm trying to tell you, man. He had some shit. He had some motherfucking hits. This kind of shit here. This kind of shit. Fuck you.
Hit the block. 20 bucks with automatics. AMW restored hot power static. It's time to let them know. There's only one.
That's the kind of shit they was knocking when I was growing up. The shit was crazy. The beats was crazy. That M Bank shit was, he had the slaps. Pooh had it. MC Pooh had the shit crazy wild at that time. Crazy wild. I mean, I'm not even gonna fuck around. He had the shit. But getting into beef with these fools, I don't know about what, ruined this whole shit because he was on the move coming up. They even had him on soundtrack for Menace to Society. I'm like, he was on his way up. Matter of fact, he was even on the soundtrack to, I think, Juice. I think he was on the Juice sound. So he was coming up. He did this fucking robbery. Walgreens got all day. Got all damn day, and he was never the same since. But this album, Life of a Criminal, is one of the hardest albums to ever come out of the Bay Area, period. It was only 8 songs, but these 8 songs was fucking bonkers. And I'm telling you this now. If he never got caught up doing that shit and never had no beef, he would have took off like a shooting star. I'm not gonna lie, his shit was fire, man. Fire. MC Pooh was that to this day is one of my favorite albums of all time. That a lot of people who are not from out in the Bay Area or NorCal don't really know about. Don't really know too much about this fucking album, which is sad. Which is real sad, man. And I just wish he didn't fuck up because he had talent. He came out with some more shit, but it was never, ever like his first album in 1990, Life is a Criminal. That fucking with Dank, that Life, oh my God. Like, you had to be there in those times because there was no music that came out like that. Too Short, and his shit was different. I mean, it was different, and it was classical. It's classical now. It's like a classic album. You'd be like, name your top 10 classic Bay Area or Oakland albums. That's in the top 10. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. He might not have did shit after that album, but that album was crazy fire, and nobody can take that shit from Pooh. Pooh Man, MC Pooh, Life of a Criminal, Out to the Bitches, all that shit, bro. That shit was banging. But him not getting along with Short and him doing that time fucked this whole groove up because he was on fire. He was on soundtracks to the hottest hood movies. He had the hottest song out for Weed, fucking with Dank. Nobody had no song like that out, period. Nobody. Nobody had it. So I just wanted to drop some of that shit because people don't really know about this album. Life of a Criminal, MC Pooh. If you never heard of it, look it up, check it out. This is one of the all-time great Bay Area classic albums of all time. Some shit you really had to, if you were young, you couldn't play that around your grandmother. You couldn't play that around your moms. Your pops, he probably be down with the shit. But the ladies, they were talking about too much about fucking bitches, getting their dick sucked and all that kind of shit. And it just wasn't something for the female ear if you a little dude. Straight up. I'm not gonna lie to you. The shit was bananas. To this day, it's still bananas. So if you never heard of the MC Pooh album in 1990, Life of a Criminal, go ahead and pull that shit up. Roll you up some tree, crack you something to drink, and go ahead and play that fucking album, cause that is a classic. So I just had to drop that real quick, cause I was in here vibing to it like damn, nobody really even know about this shit. Like, serious as fuck. This shit is crazy. Like, real crazy. Like, Let me see something.
Too young, tired, Nene, the whole fucking posse, you know what
Them
I'm saying?
beats?
And MC Pooh in 1990, and
Them
it goes
beats was
something
crazy.
Like this, baby. Hit it, baby. Had a party in a hay with Max and chillin'. Mondo pussy, it ain't about killing.
Man, I'm telling you.
Bitch dressed in lace. Yeah, Bruce, I could imagine a pussy in my face. So I approached it with
Gangster rhythm. I'm telling you, there was nothing like those beats. And he would ride them motherfuckers, man. He would ride them motherfuckers like the BART train, man. Them motherfuckers was classical. So with that being said, man, if you never heard of MC Pooh, go ahead, get in the crates, dig up the old school shit, roll you up something fat, pour you a glass, and go ahead and vibe out to some old school Bay Area classic life of a criminal MC Pooh. There's nothing like that shit. It's always gonna be fire, and that weed song was something different, man. So with that being said, hit the like, hit the subscribe, please. Like I tell you every time, sometimes you gotta dig in them crates and be like, oh, let me pull this one out. They don't know about this one. They don't know about this one, Christ 17 TV. Till next time, baby. I'll catch you on the flip side. Fucking with Dank.